Hey, what's up guys, Will here for GSM Arena. We've just got a hold of two brand new phones from Realme, the mid-range Realme X2 and the company's first flagship, the X2 Pro. So what are we waiting for? Let's see what's inside. Alright, let's open these guys up. Inside we have a small package that says, "Hey, welcome to Realme family." That's friendly. The other one, I assume, says the same thing. Inside each package we get some paperwork and a clear silicone case to protect the phone. Underneath this, we get the phones themselves. First, let's see the Pro. It's in a stunning Neptune blue. And now for the regular X2, which is in pearl white. I really like this gradient finish. Now for the bundled chargers, and the X2 Pro definitely has a larger one. It's a 50-watt Super Voke flash charger, which Realme says can get you from 0 to a full charge in 35 minutes. The X2 has a smaller 30-watt Voke flash charger, which should still be pretty fast. And finally, we get the USB-C cables. And a SIM key. So now that we have the Realme X2 and the X2 Pro in our hands, let's go over their key features and differences. As we've already seen, both phones bring an eye-catching gradient finish. They're made from Gorilla Glass, and the most noticeable difference on the back is the placement of the camera setup. Both phones bring a brilliant Super AMOLED display with a 1080p resolution and a notch. The X2 Pro is a larger 6.5 inches versus 6.4 on the other model, but you really can't tell. One thing you can notice, however, is a difference in the smoothness. The X2 Pro's display has a 90Hz refresh rate, so moving objects and UI elements seem to glide across the screen. It's hard to really catch on camera though. In contrast, the Realme X2 just has a standard screen refresh rate of 60Hz. Both Realmes use under-display fingerprint scanners, and they seem pretty reliable. Another feature we like to see is a headphone jack, which is also present on the two models. The X2 Pro does have a leg up on its mid-range cousin with its stereo speaker setup. It uses the earpiece as the second speaker. The X2 just has a single bottom firing one. But the Realme X2 has something which you might miss from the Pro version, and that's expandable storage. With the Pro, unless you spend extra cash for a higher tier of storage, you may risk running out. The user interface is shared between these phones, and all of the new Realmes. It's the latest ColorOS 6.1 over Android 9 Pie. As expected for a flagship, the X2 Pro packs the cutting-edge Snapdragon 855 Plus chipset, which is more powerful than the Snapdragon 730G on the Realme X2. The more expensive model should have the edge in performance, and its higher refresh rate will enable higher FPS options in games. The Realme X2 and X2 Pro have the same battery capacity, 4000 mAh, but we expect better battery life from the regular X2 because of the different chipsets and since the 60Hz screen should be easier to run. Finally, we have the cameras, which are actually pretty much the same on both models. There's a 64-megapixel quad-Bayer main camera, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. But with the Pro, you also get a 13-megapixel telephoto cam, while on the regular X2, there's instead a 2-megapixel macro cam. The Realme X2 has a 32-megapixel selfie camera, while the X2 Pro's is only 16 megapixels. We'll have to see what the difference is in performance. So there you have it guys, the Realme X2 and the X2 Pro both look quite interesting. I'm curious to see how good these cameras are, and if it's worth paying more for the telephoto on the Pro. And besides the refresh rate, is gaming performance really so different? We'll run our tests and let you know in our full reviews. Thanks for watching and see you next time.